Vivian. In Philadelphia, to keep teens from hanging out in the streets, they, the city, created summer job programs. In the 1980s, I was old enough to work. So I had my first legal job. On the first day at work, they, Kensington Summer Camp Program, sat all the students in a room. We filled out the paperwork and we introduced ourselves to the group. The counselors, our bosses, divided us into groups. My team had the assignment of taking care of the young children at Norris Square Park. It was summer camp for the children ages 5 through 10. The teens had the job of doing all the physical activities. It was a great job. Every morning I would get my little neighbors and take them with me to the park. They loved it because I would tie them up and yell, "Move along, little doggies," kind of like a dog sled team. This is where I met Vivian. She was a church girl who wore skirts every day because her religion did not allow her to wear pants. She would never talk to anyone. Every day, when she and I would check in with our supervisors, we would say hi. And at the end of the day, we would say bye. While at work, one day, I guess we had seen each other enough times that she felt some comfort in speaking with me. She began to tell me about her Pentecostal life, how conservative and boring her life had been. She also had told me that at the age of 15, her parents had decided who she would marry once she graduated from high school. As she spoke, I could not help but notice her long dark curls, white skin, and deep dark eyes. She was fine, just as fine as can be. As summer progressed, we spoke frequently. During one of our conversations, she began a strange tension that I could only describe as those funny butterflies. You know how you feel when you're attracted to someone? In her timid way, she told me that she was feeling something for me. Sometimes as we were talking, we would look into each other's eyes and feel that tension and anxiety. As the summer was coming to an end, she asked me to meet her at the local library after work. I decided to accept her invitation. After work, she told me, "Come and follow me." She told me to walk a few blocks behind her. She did not want anyone to see that we were together. As I got closer to the building, I could see her waiting for me. At the entrance on 6th Street and Girard Avenue. As soon as I got there, she grabbed my hand, pulled me inside. She took me directly into the large children's section, which was located in the back of the library. As we were talking, she, without warning, gently grabbed my hand and put it inside her shirt. I was calm, but I could not believe that my freaking hand, was touching her breast. I looked at her. She asked, "Do you like that?" I said, "Hell yeah." It was my first feeling of a girl's breast. It was soft, a little odd because my hand was stretched under the table. So while my hand was touching her beautiful shaped breast, she started kissing me. She kissed my lips, neck, and ears. I discovered that nibbling my ear and breathing heavy into it was kind of nice. I also felt wanted, but in a good way. I felt she really cared about me because she let me into her personal side of her life. The other nice thing about her was that as she kissed me, she would ask about my life. After our summer jobs ended, we continued this routine for weeks. During one of our encounters, she invited me to her sister's house. She was babysitting for her and she was going to be alone with the kids. She gave me the address, date, and time. Her sister lived in Hunting Park area of the city, which was far from my house. I did not know how to take the SEPTA bus, but I did have a good sense of direction, so I walked. It was a long walk just to be with a girl, but I did it anyway. When I got to the house, she had told me to stand across the street and she would wave to me once the coast was clear. Once she noticed me, she waved, invited me in. Once inside, before I could even greet her, she closed the door, opened up her robe, and she was naked. I could not believe my eyes, and worse yet, I did not know what to do. She was about 18 and I was an unexperienced 15-year-old. In my opinion, she was an expert at this stuff. She began her adventure by grabbing my face with both hands and kissing me. She kissed me hard with passion. While kissing and holding me, she then started to push my face down her body. I did not mind it because I got a closer look at her body. I continued to kiss her body as she continued to push me down. She kept pushing me until I was on my knees. She started to push my face into her crotch. She kept saying, "Keep kissing me." So I did. My first reaction was to gag. I tried very hard not to show her that I was not having fun, so I continued and tried hard to experience this event. As we were discovering each other's bodies, all of a sudden we heard the screen door start opening. It was her sister who for some fucking reason decided to come back home early. Vivian grabbed my hand and took me upstairs. At that very moment, her sister and brother-in-law walked in. As they started to call for her, she told me, "To get out, you have to jump from the second floor window in the back room." She kissed me and ran down the stairs. There I was in the back room of a 2-story row house, where I was just asked to jump out of a second floor window. I was afraid, but I guess I had to do it. I opened the window and it was a long drop. To break my fall, I grabbed the ledge of the window until I hung by my fingers. I held on as long as I could, then I let my fingers go. When I landed, my knees were touching my ears and I was instantly in pain. Once in the yard, I walked to the fence and jumped into the alleyway. Alleys in Philadelphia are very fucking narrow. At that very moment, it seemed that every fucking person in Hunting Park had a damn dog in their backyard. All I could hear was barking and growling. Limping, I started moving down the alley as fast as I could. As I was moving down the damn alley, I could feel the breath of those many fucking dogs on my neck. I was so scared I began to cry. Finally made it to the street and I felt some relief. But now I had to walk home, limping, in pain, and all I could think about was how stupid this entire thing was. The next few days I spent limping and thanking God I had survived the dogs in the alley, this crazy girl's weird sex things, and a long jump from the second floor. After a week or so, she called me and asked me to meet her at a park. This was the park where we worked all summer, and it was located between her house and mine. As we found each other, she did not even let me say a word. She immediately began to talk. "Gil, I am sorry, but I am getting married in 2 months." She told me she had just wanted to know what it felt like to be with someone different, because she had known her boyfriend all her life. She had not been allowed to date or even speak with other guys. She also said I made her feel good and that she wished she could make love to me. I said, "Me too." In my mind, I said, "What in the world is going on?" I hugged her and I said goodbye.